Hello! In this lesson, we'll examine how to modify a whole sentence with an adjective clause. Some adjective clauses have an expression of quantity with the word of plus a relative pronoun. In these clauses, only whom, which, and whose can be used as the relative pronoun. These clauses are always separated by commas. Let's look at an example. I have to write 5 essays, 2 of which are due tomorrow. We can separate this into 2 separate sentences like this. I have to write 5 essays. 2 of them are due tomorrow. We cannot write it this way. Here's another example. Mark has 3 brothers, all of whom are doctors. Again, if we divide it into 2 separate sentences, it would look like this. Mark has 3 brothers. All of them are doctors. But as an adjective clause, we have to use whom, not them. Here's an example with whose. My favorite writer is Barbara Kingsolver, some of whose work is nonfiction. As 2 separate sentences, it looks like this. My favorite writer is Barbara Kingsolver. Some of her work is nonfiction. Some adjective clauses have a similar pattern with a noun plus of which. These clauses can refer only to things, and they are always separated by commas. Here's an example. Vanessa loves fantasy books, an example of which is The Lord of the Rings. The adjective clause is providing an example of a fantasy book. Here's another example. Jeff always carries a large briefcase, the contents of which are a mystery. The adjective clause is referring to the contents of the briefcase. Again, we always use which as the relative pronoun in this kind of structure. Sometimes we can use this structure to replace whose. I went to a restaurant whose name I can't recall. Or, I went to a restaurant, the name of which I can't recall. Don't forget to complete the practice exercises. All of